Hi, this is Ilanot Review Earth, the Ilanot Review's virtual launch party. I'm Ryan Clark, and my poem in the Ilanot Review is called A Slab Is Confidential. Thank you for joining me in Forest City, Iowa. A slab is confidential. The logist base is a form with substructures, maintained walls, survivors of collapse. What is the half life of quiet memory, of a Portuguese guard in American detachment? What is a nuclear code of conduct to the shuttered Cabrito magazine? The trucks were covered, and the people around the truck covered their bodies with rubber, covered with respirators their faces. A strange fantasy of astronauts' arrival in a toxic environment, but a short distance from towns, beds, the young covered in sheets in the dark they trust to have fallen still. What is a cover here? Claim that the U.S. military stored radioactive waste on Terceira Island for many years. Try to evaluate the limits of a claim. Expose it to radioactivity. Does it metastasize? Or, in fact, does it just die an unknown figure of speech? Had the identification of place come with a nuclear symbol, would it be said at all? If a fence is old, that means there are many whispered stories about what's inside. I remember a rumor about ghosts. After all, this is a child's theory. What else did I have to share? We knew stray dogs were thrown off a cliff right into the ocean by the soldiers. We knew things could be erased and also leave its shape. Photographs can show us the bunkers have existed, have stood tens of meters long. Officially, a photograph can only reveal that which is enveloped in the light of a place. In Cabrito, a nuclear symbol was formed over a top secret document, and the rays fell out and into the earth. Devia ficar em silêncio. We are never allowed to enter there. Even the rinse of breath fails in this space, endless fogging. If you don't let people in at all, that gives you the flexibility to sometimes stockpile nuclear weapons and sometimes not. If you note when silence first appears, you can know the presence of a nuclear logic. Now a nada. There are ways we learn to see what is alive in the dark. We bend, for example, to listen. We mirror secretive movement, a squid at maximum depth. Here is a device to show the navigation of ghosts. We watch as, for years, Americans are very attentive to the health of the Portuguese who guarded the magazines. We wait for results as they are subjected to monthly blood tests. A land may form, pulled kicking from our endless mistake of arrival, a land completely panicked and belching something awful. We may find that what creates all this concern is heavy metals and the fear of a Soviet state, and then reply, "This is way above my pay level and I can't comment on it." As if being the one who asked for it is all we can afford of blame. We may just measure the shiver that remained to shake us off. Self-contamination with radioactivity. A land I worked 4 years with the feet of a child leached itself up through each separation of matter in the flesh of my body, and I am well water not even boiling could rid of its elements. I speak and cough up everything with sand and pumice and the long growth of haze. Scattered over a place, we are installations, crucial munitions posts for a fleet of huge lungs. Breath is a more or less obscure purpose for destruction. So are a navy's bombs and torpedoes stored in a field. So is a Soviet submarine, in breath of force, out breath of force. So has the Cabrito magazine breathed like a fleshy body and sighed its sick into the island's center.